What is going on, fight fans? So today we're going to talk about Bloody Knuckles Street Boxing because that game has had a very rocky start. There were some problems with the game's release when it dropped. And there was some shakiness with how the game was performing in terms of the gameplay. Also, there were issues with a lot of the players when it came to the pricing of the game when it first dropped. Now, Love Seat Shorty did notice those initial problems when the game debuted, and he lowered the price accordingly. Right now, I believe the game is at $14.99 on Steam, which is a more appropriate price for the amount of features that game has that you can play. And he corrected the ship in terms of the pricing, in my opinion, with the price drop, because it was a very, very high price for what the game was at that time. Now, this game is an ever-evolving game. It's continuously changing, and I stepped back. I didn't want to go on a negative train with people just for the sake of being negative. Yes, the game was high priced when it dropped. He did reduce the price, but still, even then, there is something where the game requires a little bit more for a lot of people to go ahead and make that choice to purchase, even at the $14.99 price tag. And I think the man is moving in that direction. The features that are about to drop in the next update for Bloody Knuckles Street Boxing is literally game changing, right? It's going to change the game dramatically. Now, what are the things that he's changing? One, he's finally embracing all of those mechanics and everything he has in there. He's embracing simulation boxing, making his game more sim than actually making his game more like street boxing, kind of like an arcade style. He's trying to lean into the sim style, so that is the direction that he's going. So knowing that that's his North Star is actually very comforting for boxing video game players who want that more simulation style, more more in line with what you see with the sport. But what are the things that he's gonna do? Boy, he dropped a new devlog, and for one, the ropes have been fixed. Right now, he has ropes that actually bend and move and stuff. That was a huge problem when playing the game. You were basically caught up on a wall. That's already been fixed. That's old news, right? But we didn't talk about it here. But that is old news. The ropes have been fixed. There's rope physics now. It's almost like he's finding his stride in the game, because with the new devlog, not only did we see an arena. It's like an arena setup. He's not just in a regular gym. He's in an actual arena, which is absolutely amazing. That aesthetic right there just changes everything. He has dramatic changes that are very unique that I've not seen before in a boxing game. For one, now since he moved into simulation, let's just get this off. There's a scoring system. So there's round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, and there's a scoring system based on how you performed in that round. So we're already moving into, now you can just box and you don't got to worry about just beating a person down until you get a knockdown or a knockout. You could just box the person. There's also a knockdown thing, where you can knock the person down and then they have to press buttons in a certain way. It's almost like these buttons come up on screen and you got to press them correctly as fast as possible so that you can get your meter up so you can get up. But the other cool thing about that is that just because that's happening, just because the person got knocked down, doesn't mean that the person who knocked him down isn't still playing the game. Yes, in a very unique situation, you can now knock the person down and you have to move to the furthest corner, or I guess the furthest neutral corner. And when you're doing that, the count for the person that's on the floor will not start until you reach that furthest neutral corner, which means the person actually can start the mini game before the count starts if you don't get yourself all the way to the corner. How cool is that? Very, very cool and very, very different. Kudos to him for consistently thinking outside the box when it comes to his game. I wish he would have dropped it with reasonably priced to begin with, because then it wouldn't have muddied the waters for a lot of people to not even open their hearts or their minds to the stuff that he's truly doing. He's not just saying that he's going to do it. He's actually doing it, which is impressive, right? So you got to walk to the neutral corner. Very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. He also will have a referee in the ring. He's shown the referee in the ring, but he's saying that still needs to be worked out. Guys, this update hasn't dropped yet, or won't drop yet until he fixes all of those kinks. But he shows the referee walking around, but he does say that there are times where the referee just walks in between the fighters, and that he needs to make sure that doesn't happen at all, right? He's also changed the camera angles. He has a camera angle that just moves with your fighter, kind of like Fight Night, where it's just constantly connected to your fighter and it stays on the sides. He has that as well. And another cool thing is that you have to walk to your corner when the bell rings, because you could choose to still continue to fight and still throw punches, but you risk penalties or getting disqualified and all that stuff. But the cool thing is you have to walk to your corner, and your recovery doesn't start until you get to your corner. So now you control going to the neutral corner when you knock down your opponent. You control walking to your corner to restart your recovery. And it is a round by round scoring. So he's basically pivoted fully into the simulation style gameplay. This honestly is hands down one of the best devlogs that he has dropped in terms of the amount of changes that he's showing us. But unfortunately, because a lot of the turmoil from the beginning of when the game released, not a lot of people are going to see that. And I don't think that that's fair. I think that he should, you guys should know that these changes are coming, and you should know the price of $14.99. And if you know those things, I feel that it's a more fair assessment of the game moving forward if you are so inclined to want to purchase the game. I think that those changes are going to be very, very good. If he ever gets it to a point where it's super clean and polished and all this stuff, and he gets some sort of a system where you could play against somebody online, some sort of a ranking system, I think he could really turn it all the way around. But these changes are just fantastic and very, very, very on brand for him in terms of being unique, thinking outside the box, and adding these additional gameplay details that you rarely see from other sports games. So I think it's a really cool thing. I think he's really trying to change the game in that aspect, and let's see how far he takes it with all the changes that he adds to the game. This is a really cool devlog. If you guys haven't seen it, go ahead. The link will be down in the description box below. This is just a quick summary on my thoughts on that devlog, and I was actually shocked by the amount of things that he's shown in that devlog for the game that's out right now. So it's on Steam. If you want to purchase the game, it's $14.99. Again, let me know how you guys have been experiencing the game. I know a lot of people have had it's been a very rough start for Bloody Knuckles Street Boxing with the pricing and the technical problems and all of these different things. But with these things that are coming, is it making you more excited about the possibilities of where this game will end up? Are you excited about all the stuff that he's showing in terms of walking to your neutral corner, walking to your corner, the knockdown minigame, things of that nature? All right, until the next one, guys, peace out.